Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 14 call. I'm so excited tonight to be on here with you. As you all saw, we're going to be talking tonight about how to lead with the opportunity. And I can't wait to dive into that for all of you because our number one goal with every single one on our team is to help you to win, to be earning the money. You're coming here, you're working hard, and we want to make sure that you know different ways that you can lead with the opportunity so that we can help you to have success quicker. But before we go into that, we have some incredible testimonials that we're going to bring on tonight. And first, we're going to introduce Debbie Reynolds, who is a very precious lady that I love so much. I've known her. We've kind of followed each other for years, and now we get to work together. So it's just been a true blessing to be able to work with her and her team and her upline. And guys, we're in for something so big here. And as you all know, we just came back from boot camp with a different vision of where we're going. And the people that were there saw what we saw. And guess what? We can't unsee what we saw because it was big, right, Deb? And so, with that, I am going to have our first testimonial to come on. Debbie, if you would just come on and share, you can actually share your Jackie's first if you'd like, and then you come after her and then hand it back to me. And we have another one coming after you. So I'm going to give it all to you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you, Karen. And it is a joy and a pleasure to be here with you because you know how much I just admire you. Just, oh my gosh, just something crazy. Because you are truly a special and beautiful person. And I am thrilled that I'm on your team. So I know we've got a lot to talk about tonight. So, as far as a quick testimonial, then we started Fix sometime in May. And of course, we've had all the things that other people talk about, the energy, the increased focus. My husband's had bad arthritis in his wrist. He had tried everything under the sun, and the only thing that has worked for him to actually eliminate the pain is Fix. And as a matter of fact, we ran out of a bottle just a couple of weeks ago. And I said, well, we have these snaps. The bottle will be here in a few more days. And he said, oh, I don't want to fool with those things. And so he just waited. Well, guess what? After about 4 days, he said, when's that bottle coming in? Because my wrist is starting to hurt again. And I was just amazed because he had been pain-free for several months actually. But the primary thing it's done in our household is it has absolutely stopped my husband's restless leg syndrome. And I don't know if any of you live with somebody or are around somebody a lot who has that, but I want to tell you, I don't know who it's worse for, the person who has it or the person who lives with them. And so, he was just, especially in sleep, he never got good quality sleep because he was just constantly moving and thrashing. I used to laugh and say I couldn't tell if he was running or trying to play a pipe organ, with moving his feet around so much. And it was very miserable. He would thrash in the bed all night long. And it was just difficult. When he would sit in a chair and watch TV, he was constantly moving his feet. And it was like, is he going to rub a hole in the rug? I mean, you just never know. But it was incessant. And, seemed like there was nothing to stop it. He had not taken any prescription medications, although a friend of ours who's a pharmacist had recommended that, but he decided that was not the route he wanted to go. Well, you know how sometimes in this company and with Fix, we talk about it's not it's not necessarily that you notice something is happening, it's that after a little bit of time you notice the absence of it. And I knew he was sleeping a lot better. I knew he was still. I mean, to the point that a few nights I would reach over and touch him just to make sure he was still breathing because that was so unusual for him to be still. And all of a sudden I realized, you know what? He's not moving his feet, he's not moving his legs. I didn't say anything, but I started watching him at night when he was sitting in his chair watching TV. His feet were still, which was incredible. And then, sure enough, I said something to him about it, and he said, I hadn't even thought about that. Since then, he definitely has noticed. But you all, it has been life-changing for him and for me because I rarely got a good night's sleep just because he was moving around so much. And it wakes, I'm a light sleeper anyway, so it would wake me up multiple times a night. And yet he was not sleeping well because he was always on the move, just constantly going. So I'm so grateful and so thankful for this product coming into our lives. Um, yeah, I've seen all the changes that it's made in many people's lives, and I've said if it at least will improve your life, if not change your life. And there's just been so much of that. It's a beautiful blessing. We have got so much to be thankful for with this company. And I'm just thrilled to have someone like Karen at the helm and kind of guiding all of us. And we got a whole lot to look forward to. So I'm pumped about this, guys. Um, our next the next testimony is supposed to be, and I hope it's Jackie. I hope she's on here. I can't tell right now. She'd had an emergency with her mom and was on her way to the emergency room, um, to the hospital. And so she texted me and said, I can try to jump on from my car. And does anybody see Jackie Subia on here? Last name Subia. Karen, I apologize.
It's okay.
She was
That
on a minute ago, but then she got off.
let's see. Um, okay, yeah, her mom's been in the hospital for a couple of days and has had um actually, some things have happened since she's been there that have not been good. So she was on her way there, and I don't know, do you see her now?
There she is. She's in the waiting room. I'm gonna let her in.
Okay, great.
Okay, she's in.
Jackie, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. I'm sorry. I got kicked out of the meeting.
Oh, well,
Yes,
sorry.
I heard you.
I was just explaining to them that your mom's in the hospital and there'd been sort of an emergency situation. You were rushing to the hospital, but
I,
um
they're
J
picking me up now. So yeah, I have a few minutes I can talk.
awesome. Okay. Well, Jackie has been with me in this company for a few months now. She works many, many hours a day in her job, and she's looking to get out of that. And she's really starting to kick it into gear here with us at MPG, and I'm so thankful for that. And Jackie's got a great story to tell too. So, Jackie, thank you so much for being on here, and please just know that my prayers, and I know our prayers, are with you and your mom. Where'd she go? Is she there? Jackie? Can you hear us now? Okay, you
No,
there?
yeah, I got kicked out again. I'm so sorry. It must be my connection. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So you want me to talk now? Sorry.
Yes,
I didn't hear.
yes,
Okay.
I'd
Yeah.
introduced you and said you have a great
Okay.
story to tell, so
Okay.
take
Sorry,
off,
I
little
didn't
bit,
hear any of
girl.
that. So I've been with Debbie in the past, and Debbie recommended this company to me a few months ago. And like whatever Debbie like says, I take like gold. Like I admire her so much as a person, as a professional, as an individual. And so I said, let me try it. And I tried it, but then I had to stop. I had gotten sick and whatever. And then I just started like about a month and a half ago again. And I have had vertigo for the last 10 years on and off. And the fix literally in 24 hours, the vertigo went away. I haven't had an episode since then. And they used to have me on these strong medications that would literally knock me out. And I don't take any medication. Like I don't even take vitamins. I take nothing. So told Debbie, okay, I'll try it. And it really worked for me. And it also helped me to be regular. And so I just was like, wow, this is amazing. And because it's all natural, it's from the matured hops extract 3. I loved that. And then I just have been recommending it to everybody, and my children are now taking it. And one of my daughters was not regular for 6 days, had to go to the emergency room. And I told her, I heard one of the calls that we had, one of the doctors, and they said, double up on your dosage. So I said, Alexis, take it twice, 2 drops twice a day. And she went to the bathroom. She's been right. So she didn't have to go back to the hospital. So I just have nothing but great things to say. I'm new. I'm super excited. I'm sharing with everybody I know, and Debbie's, helping me along the way. But I just have nothing but great things to say. And my sleep is amazing. I only sleep like 3 or 4 hours a night. So but I sleep so deeply and I wake up with energy. And I have not ever in my whole life had that. So, that's just like nothing but great things. And my friends have all lost weight that are on it. So, I just am so excited to share this and, learn and grow with the company.
Thank you, Jackie. And you may not have heard me say this before, but I just wanted to tell you that our prayers are with you and your
Thank
mom.
you.
So
Thank
we'll
you.
be thinking of you. But thank you so much for jumping on here. I know it was
All right.
not
Thank
easy
you.
to do tonight.
Yeah.
All
Thanks a
right.
lot. All right.
So let me turn it back now to our special lady, Karen Ford. I know she's got another testimonial lined up for us before she gives us a really great training on leading with the business. So Karen, back to you.
Oh, thank you so much. And Jackie, thank you. I actually have vertigo and I hadn't had it, but I hadn't thought about that. So I'm so glad that you said that. I'm going to make sure I share your story with everybody. And restless leg, we hear people having that all the time. So I'm glad for you and I'm glad for your husband that he's not traveling through the middle of the night and interrupting your world. So thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you so, so very much. Now we're going to go to North Carolina to a very dear friend of mine. Christina Perry has been, she and I have been friends for literally, I don't even remember how long, forever. And we've worked together side by side. She's earned multiple 6 and 7 figure incomes in every single company. And she only came here, started working about 6 weeks ago. And already she is having tremendous success with the product. She's having tremendous success with her building her team. So, Christina Perry, if you would unmute yourself, and I am going to turn it over to you. I cannot wait, guys. Give her a big hand clap because she just ranked Sapphire. So, yay.
Thank you. You know, I was already unmuted because I was ready to go. Hey, everybody. First of all, it is an honor to be able to be here. And yes, Karen, we've known each other since like 2008. So we've known each other for a minute. And a phone call a couple of months ago changed everything. I wasn't doing this again. What are you talking about? But we just sat on this phone call and it changed everything for me. And I can't wait to share my testimony in a minute, but I just want to share this first part. And my husband and I, have another business. And I really didn't think that I was going to be doing this again. And what I mean by that is sharing another product and more importantly, building another business. Because I'm like, okay, 61 years young, I've been there, done that. But I made a decision praying with Karen and Terry on a Zoom. I prayed the following day. And I knew at that moment that this is where I needed to be. So I jumped in. I've been using Fix religiously since September 9th because when I joined, I went on vacation and forgot it, but I came back. So I want to share you. I'm going to set a story. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can, Karen, but there's several things it has helped me with. So I'm going to jump back to 2015. 2015, I have osteoarthritis. My right hip needed to be replaced. Unfortunately, when I had the surgery with my right hip, they hit my femoral nerve. I had a paralyzed leg for 6 months. Quad collapsed. Had femoral nerve surgery, started gaining back the use of my leg. Quad did not come back, but obviously with all the other muscles, you're still able to move and walk, but still not being able to do the activities as I had been able to do previously. I used to work out with a trainer all the time. So this was obviously very disappointing. In 2017, I had my left hip replaced. Thank goodness there was no issues there. I was also diagnosed with IBS and some challenges with gut. So I always had these major cramps that the cramping would come in so bad. It just was horrible. Fast forward, I donated a kidney to my husband in 2018. Yeah, I know I should write a book. Anyway, donated a kidney to my husband, was blessed to be able to do that. And, when you get rid of a kidney, obviously you're losing all that function. And then they tell you when you donate a kidney, listen, you're going to drop some more function in your kidney. So be prepared for that. I'm like, saving my husband's life. Let's do this. So then let's come up to last year. I had 2 major surgeries last year. Remember I told you about my right hip? Well, unfortunately, after I'd had to have a full hysterectomy in February, right after that, I tried to get out of the bed. I could barely walk on my right hip. It was hurting so bad. Went immediately for testing. I was diagnosed with metallosis because the ball in that hip was actually recalled, had cobalt poisoning. So with that, there's a lot of things that are going on. So one other thing, because this is an important part of my testimonial. So because of the osteoarthritis, I've had major nicks. I've had neck issues. I've had to have ablation on my neck. And if you know what that is, that means they go into the nerve to cauterize it, basically just kill the nerve, deaden the nerve, burn the nerve. Not fun, but I will tell you, I mean, the pain was so bad in my neck that I told my husband, it scared him sometimes. I said, I just don't even want to be here. When you're in that massive amount of pain, let me tell you, it's horrendous. And I'm sure some of you have experienced something like that. So coming up here, remember the quad that's collapsed, the IBS pain. I had this done in December 22. The pain came back earlier this year. Started using it September 9th, 2 and 3 times a day. I will never stop using this. I was set to have an ablation done again, October the 16th, last month. And I was able to cancel it. Do I look like I'm having any issues right now? No. And when you're not in pain, I mean, it changes everything about who you are, your demeanor and everything. The cramps in my stomach from the IBS, all of that is gone. And guess what? My quad has fired. My right quad is now, so I can go into the gym and it is now I can feel it where it was flat to the bone, nothing there. It is starting to come back. So has this changed my life? Am I going to shout this from the mountaintops? Share this with as many people as possible? You absolutely better believe it. And so Karen, that day, that phone call, completely focused elsewhere, that was life-changing. And so I love you dearly, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, Christina. Yeah, thanks. I just really needed to start crying before I had to start talking. But guys, that is why we do what we do. Her life is forever changed. When she called the day before surgery was scheduled and said, Karen, I just canceled my surgery. I'm not having it. Guys, this is unlike anything. I've been in this industry 38 years. I've never seen this kind of stories and this many people's life changed by simply, as you hear Terry saying all the time, fix, do use the drops, but your body, it helps to activate the vagus nerve. It don't help, it activates it. And Christina is proof. When you activate the vagus nerve and your body starts healing itself, things like this happen. So before we leave, guys, we're not making any medical claims. It just makes sense when we put good, sound nutrition in our body's going to respond in a positive way. So thank you for sharing that, Christina. And this woman's going to be diamond real shortly. She's got an incredible team coming on board, and things are going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to change some more lives.